Copley of Cape Town-based band Hot Water is joining me in studio. He has some very exciting news to share with us. Now, before we get into that exciting news, how are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Amazing.
Yes.
Cool. So, okay, exciting news. Your new single, Kili,
Yes.
was featured in the Hollywood movie Blended. That's very exciting.
Very exciting.
How did you find out about this? Well, how did you find out your song was going to be in the movie?
Well, I got a call from Warner Brothers saying they want to use the song.
And what do they say? Are they like, "Hey, this is Warner Brothers. We want to use your song"?
Well, actually, the first point of call was an email. So an email came in with a request letter. So that's how it happens in the publishing world, to make use of the track. So
that's amazing. And how did you feel?
It was quite interesting because I had decided the week before I wanted to focus. I've had quite a lot of music used in ads and productions, and I wanted to focus on music in film. So it was actually that very week that I had sort of set out to on the journey to accomplish that. So and I started literally on Monday. I started spending time in the area and just looking at just putting energy towards it. And then on Friday, literally, I woke up and there was an email from the States saying that they wanted to use the film. So it was a bit magical. So I was quite surprised and super chuffed.
Now, Blended is a rom-com starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. It was actually shot in a set here in South Africa. Did you get to see any of the set? Did they involve you in any way in that, or was your song just kind of added in after?
It was post-production, so I think they heard the song when they were out in South Africa, I'm guessing, because they shot some of the...
Right, as they would.
So, so it was only after the film was actually shot.
Okay, now... You said that your songs have been in productions, TV commercials, that kind of thing. Is this something you aspire to as a musician, or is it just an added bonus to have your songs featured in movies, television shows, commercials, etc.?
I'm an independent musician, so I run my own record label, and I think particularly for independent musicians, but musicians in general, I think it's about being aware of all the income streams and all the possibilities for what you can. Where you can connect your music to the world, basically. And so this is a big one. Yeah, this is a big avenue, and it's it's fun. It's fun to be involved.
What's it like to have an international audience? Because I meet a lot of South African musicians, South African artists. They want to break into the international market, and I think it's harder for musicians here in South Africa. So what's it like to actually break into it and have that international audience?
I think, the path that I've followed has been with a music that has a South African sound. I've just happened to have had that rhythm and that feel for a sort of broadly South African sound, which mixes African with a broad sort of cultural mix of genres, and that really helps going overseas because you're not gonna, I'm not competing against a million other rock bands, many of which are on a seriously higher level, and it's their music, it's a sort of American music or European music. So that really helps.
Well, Kili is the song you just played for our studio. It's your new single. Tell me about the song. How did you develop it? Tell me about the title. You have quite a funny story about your wife.
Yeah. So my wife is Irish.
Yeah.
And I was actually, the song, where it started was the song was used in a student film that was nominated for a student Oscar. And the student film was called Kili. It was a different song that was used in the film. So I went to watch this film, and I really liked the word. It just has a sort of feel and a sound to it. So as a songwriter, those little things pop up. It's like, Kili. It's an interesting sound. Yeah. And so I just sort of logged that at the back. And then around the time of the World Cup, I wrote a song called Laduma, and this was the B-side to that. And so Laduma was playlisted in, I think, 14 different countries at the time. The B-side was Kili. And I actually wrote it as a welcome for an international audience to South Africa, to that sound of just the feel of South Africa as I experience it. And so that's sort of part of the backstory. And also, I was saying my wife is Irish. And so I was trying to explain to her how to say the word Kili. So I broke it down, Kili. So the song goes Kili, Kili. So it was sort of a phonetic teaching tool of sorts.
Okay, awesome. Well, the song's in Blended. Are you going to see Blended? I know it's out in the States now.
Yes.
It's coming out in South Africa in July.
Yeah, the 4th of July.
Yeah, are you going to see it?
Sure. Of course.
Are you an Adam Sandler fan?
I haven't seen one of his movies for a long time.
Yeah, he hasn't really been in anything, I think, worthwhile recently, but hopefully Blended will be the one.
Oh, well.
All right, what is Hot Water getting up to next?
This year's been very exciting. We were in Thailand. We headlined Chiang Mai International Arts Fest in March. And
Chiang Mai is beautiful.
Yeah. And then and we just opened for UB40 in Cape Town, which is great. And now I'm just working on the new album, the fourth album.
Great. Well, how can people find you online, follow you, find out when your fourth album's coming out?
You can go to www.hotwater.co.za or on Facebook, Hot Water. I've got a present for you. Talking of this is our most recent album. So there's.
Oh, thank you. Hot Water South. Awesome.
So Kili is the first track on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming in, and thank you for playing that beautiful song for us.
It's a pleasure.